Hey guys, imagine there is an amino acid that can give you bigger, harder, fuller erections. Would you be interested? If yes, that's what I'm talking about in the next video. What's the best amino acid for bigger, harder, fuller erections? And what's the best dose and how should you take it? Discover how in 1 second.
Today, I've got some really interesting facts about having bigger, harder, and fuller erections. And as a side benefit, a healthier heart, better blood flow, and healthier blood pressure levels. And this happens for guys at any age. And it's so powerful that today's topic has actually won a Nobel Prize. And it's also connected to one of the most popular drugs ever made. One that I guarantee you've heard of, or maybe even used. So if these are all things you care about, sit back and listen to today's short video. Make sure you also are subscribed to this channel and click the notification icon so you'll be receiving the newest and most important information about similar topics. And don't forget to also check out all the free resources and special links below this video in the description area. So today's topic is all about increasing nitric oxide levels, which has the chemical formula of NO. In fact, it was first discovered in 1772, but at that time it was thought to be an atmospheric pollutant, thus basically a waste of time. However, 220 years later, in 1992, nitric oxide was named Molecule of the Year. Now, nitric oxide has lots of benefits, but the three most important popular ones are lowering blood pressure levels. Number two is boosting exercise performance because of better vasodilation and blood flow to the muscles. And the one us guys probably care the most about is improving erections and treating erectile dysfunction, again, by improving blood flow to the penis. So remember how I said in 1992, NO, nitric oxide, was named Molecule of the Year? Well, the same year in 1992, the pharmaceutical company, the giant Pfizer, filed a patent for sildenafil and its use to treat cardiovascular disease because of its blood pressure improving abilities. Now, the name of this drug is called Revatio. What's interesting is that 2 years later, in 1994, Pfizer filed a second patent covering the use of that same drug, sildenafil, to treat erectile dysfunction. The name of this drug is Viagra. Now, it's the same exact drug, but two different names, and the only difference is the price. Revatio sells for about 50 cents, so as much as $1 a pill, depending on the source, while Viagra sells for about 10 to 25 to as much as $50 a pill over the years, before the generics come, and again, depending on where you're buying it. As you can see, a total ripoff, and sadly, 99% of physicians don't know this, and they stupidly prescribe the more expensive Viagra when they could just be prescribing the much cheaper Revatio. So putting aside the whole pricing BS, sildenafil is basically a PDE5 inhibitor, which, to make a long story short, works by vasodilation and improving blood flow to the penis by enhancing nitric oxide levels. Now, this is also how Cialis works, but that's just a long-acting version, while Viagra is a short-acting one. Again, I've simplified all this, but the main thing to focus on is that nitric oxide needs to be improved for better health and erections. So the next question is, how do we improve nitric oxide levels naturally without having to take expensive drugs or dealing with all the negative side effects? Well, an amino acid called L-arginine helps increase nitric oxide levels through the L-arginine NO pathway. And when taken at the correct dose, it, of course, also helps with blood pressure and erections. There's also a different and more improved form called AAKG, is basically L-arginine alpha ketoglutarate. It's more powerful at a lower dose, and you'll find out why in a minute. Now, what's interesting is that when L-arginine is converted to nitric oxide, NO, another amino acid called L-citrulline is produced as a byproduct. Now, L-citrulline can then be recycled back to L-arginine again and used to increase your body's natural production of nitric oxide. And listen carefully. L-citrulline may actually increase levels of L-arginine in your body more than supplementing with L-arginine by itself. And this is because a large percentage of that L-arginine is actually broken down before reaching your bloodstream. And this is why they made the newer version, the alpha-ketoglutarate, as a better option than the regular L-arginine. Of course, L-citrulline has the same similar health benefits of blood pressure and erections, and over the years, L-citrulline has actually become a better option than using L-arginine by itself. However, things get really interesting because there are several human studies that have shown that the combination of L-arginine plus L-citrulline plus French maritime pine bark extract to, quote unquote, significantly improve sexual function in men with ED, far more than taking either of these supplements individually or by themselves. And this is why I included this trio, this what I call the Three Musketeers, in Alpha-Viral. The L-arginine in Alpha-Viral is in the more powerful alpha-ketoglutarate form. Plus, I've added L-citrulline plus the pine bark extract at the 97% extract. Now you know why Alpha-Viral has been one of the best-selling supplements in the world for over 20 years. Now, before I end today's topic, there's one last thing that's very important to keep in mind about nitric oxide and erections. Basically, it only helps with improving blood flow. It does nothing for stimulating an erection or creating that emotional desire. And the lower your testosterone levels, the less effective these NO stimulators are. This includes drugs such as Viagra and Cialis. The irony is that the older men who have the most difficulty getting erections, who need these, NO stimulating supplements and drugs such as Viagra and Cialis, it works the least in them because they have the lower testosterone levels. Yet these substances work the best in younger men who don't really need it, but they work so much better because they have higher testosterone levels. Things just work all around better for them with these NO stimulators, and they require a lower dose. And if you didn't know, testosterone, when it's higher, also directly improves NO levels. So simply increasing your testosterone levels will improve erections because of better nitric oxide signaling without even use of NO stimulating substances. Add in those substances, you're getting like a double whammy, double extra benefit. Again, the human body and the hormones are complicated, especially with that damn penis that seems to have a mind of its own. Now, me, as an endocrinology hormone doctor, I designed Alpha-Viral originally for myself over 20 years ago to deal with all these factors in addition to others. And over the years, the formula has gotten better, and we've added things to decrease excessive female hormones that happens as we get older, and also improving dopamine levels, which improves that desire. Now, Alpha-Viral is the best all-in-one solution that comes with a 1-year guarantee. In fact, results in 30 days, or you'll receive a full refund plus an additional $100 cash back on top of it. I know it's a crazy guarantee, but I can make it because I have over 20 years of proof. Like I said, you get more details about all of this below this video in the description area, including my free private 3-part email and video series all about the best ways to quickly and naturally improve testosterone levels and erections. Get this part of your life fixed, because the older you get, the worse the problems and the more difficult it is to fix. As always, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and wishing you a very happy and healthy day.